This dent is up there with one of the worst repairs I've ever taken on. It's really hit that wheel arch line hard. It's taken the damage and the panel in a good few centimetres. It's given me a horrible crown full of tension to work with, and it's also kinked the panel. But to make matters worse, this panel is aluminium. That means it is going to fight me every step of the way. And it did. This one was tough. So sit back and enjoy. To be a little bit easier once I start to pull. You can see I've got a large gangrene crease tab on the body line itself, and I'm using my aluminium hammer, just working along that body line, seeing if I can get any movement, any of that dent to come out. So it's a back and forth process between tapping down the tension in the crown and that ridge, and also trying to lift some of the depth out with my glue pull setup. If you enjoy my videos and you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button right below this video. That means you're going to get notified every time I release a new video, plus it really helps my channel grow. So hit the subscribe button right now. So I continued on with this glue pulling process, just trying to get the metal moving, softening up the repair, but I didn't really get much gains. So I'm now going to switch tactics. Instead, I'm going to push this repair from the inside. I'm using one of the tactical balls on my double end bar, and I'm going to gently start working the body line from the inside. Now I'm using plenty of heat to keep that panel warm and really protect the paint as I start applying pressure and pushing from the inside. And once I started pushing this repair from the inside, I did start getting some movement, and I did start to restore the shape of this panel, but I was doing it for quite a while. So I'm going to shut up for a little bit and let you kick back and watch this repair. If you enjoy my videos and you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button right below this video. That means you're going to get notified every time I release a new video, plus it really helps my channel grow. So hit the subscribe button right now. As you can see now, I'm starting to make some progress, gradually beginning to restore the shape into the panel. But I've been on it coming up to a couple of hours now, and it's seriously kicking my ass. The problem with aluminium is there's no memory to it. So when you're working with steel, it has a memory. It kind of wants to go back to its original form. But with aluminium, there's no memory, it just stretches. And you've really got to work harder to manipulate that metal and to restore that shape. There's so much tension in this panel. That crown was nasty, and it really holds a lot of that repair in. It's right up against the edge of the panel where it meets the bumper, I'm trying to restore this body line and also keeping an eye on the main kink that's further back along the panel, not to make it any worse. As my repair gets smaller, I'm going to reduce down to the size of my tip. So I'm now using a small plastic tip. I'm going to apply just a couple of layers of tape to keep it a little bit softer than the tip itself. And now I'm just going to really start working those low spots and continually pressing that body line to get that shape back. Once again, I'm going to let this repair play out for a little bit, so do just keep an eye on the overall shape and watch that panel start to come back into its original form. So as the overall damage gets smaller, so does the tip I'm using for this repair. So right now I'm using a metal tip, and that's really allowing me a bit more accuracy. I can push a little bit less metal with each push, and that really allows me to pick out some of the micro lows and also restore that body line. Next up, I'm going to use this wheel arch tool. Now this is from PDR Pro Tools. It's a bit rough around the edges, but it gets the job done. You can apply a lot of pressure with minimal effort, and most importantly, it's got just the right angle and tip to get me into that inner wheel arch lip. So I can continue working along the shape of the panel, getting it to sit nice and flush with the bumper, and also restore that wheel arch line. So in total, I was probably working on this repair between 4 and 5 hours, and to be honest, it was a pig to do. Did I get it perfect? No. But did I save the panel from being replaced and going into a body shop at a large expense for my customer? Yes. And my customer was over the moon with the repair. Afterwards, in fact, he said it's probably the best panel on the car. Now, me being my own worst critic, of course I can see that it's not perfect. There's a few little micro lows, some of that ridge is still remaining, and some of the tension is there. But it really did come out well and shows what PDR can do in terms of saving panels being replaced, reducing the overall material cost, the downtime and expense of going into a body shop and racking up your insurance claims. So I really hope you've enjoyed this repair, and as always, I'll see you in the next.